Approach Her Club. It's a little bit brighter, the video is still kind of going up, but anyways, let's just get back into the game. I gingerly approach her and sit next to her in an adjacent chair. Everything's alright? I'm so embarrassed. I can't believe you acted like that. You probably hate me now. No, Yuri. How could anyone have gotten frustrated after being treated like that? How could anyone not have gotten frustrated? You handled it as well as anyone could. I don't think any less of you. Well, alright, I believe you. Thanks, Hitler. You're too kind. I'm thankful to have you as part of this club now, because, earlier I kind of hated you, but now I guess you're alright. It's nothing. One more thing. That one thing that Natsuki said about, I would never do anything so shameful. So, what thing did Natsuki say? Oh. I kind of forgot to start timer. Well, never mind that. I'm going to make some tea. Ah, good idea. Make enough for more than one person, okay? Yeah. Yeah, you better make more than enough for one person. Okay, everyone. It's just about time for us to leave. How did you all feel about sharing poems? It was lots of fun. Well, I'd say it was worth it. It was alright, well, mostly. Hitler, how about you? Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat idea to talk about it with everyone. Awesome! In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. And maybe you'll learn something from your friends too. So your poems will turn out even better. Wait, I have to write another poem? What is this magic? What is this wizardry? I think to myself, I did learn a little more about the kinds of poems everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those who I want to impress, because this is apparently all I care about. This is a dating simulator, I'm convinced. No wonder it's rated so high. I nod to myself with a newfound determination. Hitler? You ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. Sayuri beams at me. It truly has been a while since Sayuri and I have spent this much time together. I can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Sayuri, about what happened earlier. What do you mean? Between Yuri and Natsuki. Does that one thing happen very often? No. That really is the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. Yeah, sure. You don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they'd make such good friends with you. Phew. Hitler, it's nice I get to spend time with you in the club. But I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. And I think everyone really likes you too. Not everyone. That's... Every day is gonna be so much fun. So it looks like Sayuri still hasn't caught onto the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? Well, we'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayuri. I pat Sayuri on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use Sayuri as an internal monologue sometimes. Okay. Yeah, let's do this. Oh, yay, poem. Now that I've got Sayuri, Let's see if I can do her. So she likes more like the dark, more type. So let's make this one dark. Anxiety. Broken. Um, kitty. No. Sadness. Fear. Tragedy. Disaster. Empty. Sensation. Doki doki. Alone. Misery. Tears. Hentai. No. Frightening. Disoriented. What else is here? How much more do we have? Because I'm running out of ideas. I don't know. I should have picked dark. Defeat. Massacre. Lust. Graveyard. I'm trying to make this one dark. Don't know why. Explode. Unending. That should be good enough. No? Another day passes, and it's time for the club meeting already. I've gotten a little more comfortable here over the past couple days. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. Hi, Hitler! Yo, Sayori. What up? Looks like you're in a good mood today. I'm just still not used to being in the club, that's all. I see. That's a pretty simple thing to get you in a good mood. But I guess it's always simple things with you anyway. Speaking of which, I'm kinda hungry. Of course you are. Will you come with me to buy a snack? No thanks. Eh? That's not like you at all. I have my reasons. What are the reasons? I'm a genuine douchebag? Why don't we have a look in your purse, Sayori? Oh. Why that all of a sudden? No reason, really. Just wanted to look at it. Sayori nervously retrieves her coin purse. She fumbles at the latch and gets it open. Then she turns it upside down and lets all its contents spill into the desk. Only 2 small coins fall out. Is that like 500 yen? I don't know. I'm not Japanese. I knew it. I can see right through you, Sayori. That's not fair. How did you even know? It's simple. If you had enough money in the first place, you would have brought a snack before coming into the club room. So either you're not hungry and wanted an excuse to take a walk, or you plan to conveniently forget that you spent all your money so that I would lend you some. But there's one more thing. You're always hungry. And so that only leaves the one option. I give up. Don't make me feel guilty. If you feel guilty, that means you deserve to feel guilty. Yuri suddenly giggles. Oh, she giggles for once. Eh? I didn't notice that she was listening in. Her face in her book, as always. I wasn't listening or anything. Don't lie to me, Yuri. I can see right through you. It was just something in the book. Yuri! Tell Hitler to let me borrow some money. That's... Don't get me involved in like that, Sayori. Besides, you should only buy what you can responsibly afford. That's right. And frankly, after pulling a mischievous stunt like that, your suffering is fair enough retribution. Did I just... I didn't mean that. I got too absorbed into my book. I really like when you speak your mind, Yuri. It doesn't happen much, but it's a fun side of you. There's no way you could think that. You are right, though. I did something bad, and now I have to accept the resolution. Or retribution. That! Still, coming from you, Sayori, I guess there's a little devil inside all of us, isn't there? Don't let her fool you. Sayori knows exactly what she's doing. After all, she told you guys she was bringing me to the club before she even told me. But you wouldn't have come if it weren't for the cupcakes. So I had to trick Natsuki into making them. Come on, give me more credit than that, Sayori. Aw, did I slap her? Yeah! Out of nowhere, something smacks Sayori in the face and tumbles on the desk. Ow! What was... A cookie! Sure enough, it's a giant cookie wrapped in plastic. Sayori glances around. Is this a miracle? It's because I paid my restitution? Retribution? Retribution, I meant. Shush. Actually, that one almost worked. I was just gonna give it to you, but then I heard you blab about the cupcakes, and it was totally worth to see your reaction, though. Natsuki! That's so nice of you. I'm so happy. Good for you, Sayori. Sayori hugs the cookie. Sayori hugs the cookie. What am I even playing anymore? I'm playing this for you. Sayori hugs the cookie. I'll just keep playing. Jeez, just eat it. That's what I'm saying. Sayori rapidly tears open the wrapper and takes a big bite. So good. Sayori suddenly clasps her hands over her mouth. It bit my tongue. You're going through all over that with just one cookie. Natsuki takes a bite of her own cookie. Ah, yours is really good too, Natsuki. Can I try it? Jeez. Oh, there's just someone on the balcony. Beggars can't be choosers. But yours is chocolate. Yeah, why do you think I gave you that one? Fine. Still, I'm really happy that you shared this one with me. Is she gonna steal it? She's gonna steal it, is she? Sayori gets out of her seat and goes behind Natsuki and wraps her arms around her. Ah, jeez. I get it. A cookie still in hand, Natsuki reaches and nudges Sayori off her. Sayori suddenly leans down and takes a bite out of Natsuki's cookie. What is this even? Hey! Did you seriously just do that? Mouthful, Sayori trots away to safety. Yuri and I laugh as well. Jeez, you're such a kid sometimes. Monica, can you tell Sayori? Natsuki glances around. Monica isn't in the club room. Ugh. Where is Monica anyway? Good question. Have any of you heard anything about her being late today? Not me. Yeah, I haven't either. Oh. That's a bit unusual. I hope she's okay. Of course she's okay. She's probably just had to do something today. She's pretty popular after all. You don't think she has a... I wouldn't be surprised. She's probably more desirable than all of us combined. That's true. Excuse me? Suddenly, the door swings open. Sorry, I'm super sorry. There you are. I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Monica chose the club over her boyfriend after all. You're so strong-willed. Boyfriend? What on earth are you talking about? Monica quizzically glances at me. Never mind that. What held you up anyway? Ah, well, my last period today was study hall, and to be honest, I kinda lost track of time. That makes no sense though. You would have heard the bell ring at least. I must have not heard it. Since I was practicing piano. Piano? I wasn't aware you played music as well, Monica. I don't really. I kinda just started recently. I've always wanted to learn piano. That's so cool! You should play something for us, Monica. That's... Monica looks at me. Maybe once I get a little better, I will. Why? Only for me. She looks at me. Maybe one day. Yay! That sounds cool. I'd also look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, Hitler. Sounds like something I would say. Monica smiles sweetly. I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that. Don't worry. I've been practicing a whole lot recently. And I'd really love a chance to share once I'm ready. I see. In that case, best of luck. Thanks. So, I didn't miss anything, did I? No, not really. I chose to leave out Sayuri's mischievous escapade. I'm sure Natsuki will end up complaining to her anyway. It looks like everyone has already settled down. Sayuri somehow finished her entire cookie. Oh, Sayuri. Yuri is back to her book, and Natsuki disappeared into the closet. Oh, what's she doing in that closet? I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a bit more. But at the same time, I would really feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse over the cover of her book. It looks like the same book she lent me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Ugh. Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sinks another glance, and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in the book. Sorry. I was just spacing out. I muttered this, sensing I made her feel uncomfortable. I'm just making up words. Oh, it's fine. If I focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed it in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit, so... That's the book you gave me, right? Mm-hmm. I want to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason, just curious on how the two copies of the same book. Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday, that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy two of them. I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's it about anyway? Well, Yuri closes the book and scans right over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Mark Wolf. There is an ominous looking eye symbol on the front cover. Alright. I just wanted to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. I'm definitely not going to spoil it to you, but basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister, and as soon as she does, her life gets strange. She gets targeted by these people who escape from a human experiment prison, and while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationship, and her life starts to fall apart. That's kind of dark. That's kind of dark, isn't it? I called it. Yuri made it seem like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came out of nowhere. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Hitler? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, so don't worry.
I hope so.
Yeah, I totally forgot Yuri is into those kind of things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just those kinds of stories. They challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals or their own philosophy that they believe in. Then suddenly, when you thought you relate to the protagonist, they made to be a naive one and letting their one-side morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not really.
Not again.
Aw, I'm sorry. That's okay. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything.
Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things in books and writings fill my thoughts, I forget to pay attention to other people. I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange, and please stop me if I start talking too much.
I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I could do is listen. It's a literature club after all.
That's true.
In fact, I might as well start reading it, right?
You don't have to.
What are you trying to say? Just a moment ago, you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieve the book that I had put into my bag. Alright, it's fine, I'll just sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's.
Yeah?
Are you sure? You seem a bit apprehensive.
I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to.
You don't want to.
That is, reading in company with someone.
I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything.
Alright.
I open up the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing, maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking into her own book. I glance over, and it looks like she's reading from my book instead.
Sorry. I was just...
Don't apologize. Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you?
I do. I don't really mean to. Sorry.
There she goes again.
I mean...
Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, and then I hold my book more between the two of them.
I suppose so.
Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we lean in a bit over, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels as if my left arm is in the way, so I used my right hand to open and hold the book.
I guess this makes it more difficult to turn the page.
Why did I sound like Yuri for a second?
Here.
Oh. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and her forefinger. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way, I turn the page and Yuri's side and climb under the thumb flips to her other side. But I'm holding it like this, while we huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision.
Are you ready?
Eh?
To turn the page.
Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again, and our eyes meet. I don't know how I will be able to keep up with her.
Huh? That's okay. You're not used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been patient with me.
Yeah. Thanks. Danke. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I assume that she finishes the page before me, and I turn at my own volition. We continue to the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning the page almost feels like an intimate exchange, my thumb just gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it with her own thumb. I apparently have a thumb fetish. Hey Yuri, this might be silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit.
You think so? How does she?
Well, I guess she's a bit more blunt in a lot of ways, but she has second guesses all the things that she says and does. Like, she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent, I don't know what that means, I'm dumb, of some of your mannerisms.
I see.
You remain silent for a moment.
But Hitler, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. That's so embarrassing to think that.
Wait, I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really don't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I more meant that it's kind of cute.
What are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone. I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long.
Yuri exhales, spared from her finishing her thought.
Is that alright, Yuri? You look kinda down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's not. It's fine.
Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. I sure love the word thumb, don't I? Alright. I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read it with you?
I guess you don't have too much preference either way.
In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know?
That's good reasoning.
In that case,
Feel free to finish the next 2 chapters in your own time.
alright. I stand up. I make a mental note of where we left off in the book, and I slip back into my bag. Cough, cough. Okay, so who should I share with? Sayori, obviously. She's my favorite character.
Ooh, I like this one, Hitler. It has some nice feeling in it.
I'm glad. Still, though, your tone makes it sound like yesterday's poem better.
I guess you caught me. Sometimes you know me a little too well for my own good.
Well, I don't try to be nice about it. Don't try to be nice about it. If I'm doing a bad job, I'd rather you just hear it.
No. I like this one, I promise. You know, I wouldn't lie to you, Hitler. Never, ever.
Yeah, I guess so. What made yesterday's poem so great compared to this one, then?
Well, I'm not very good at figuring out if poems are good or bad, but that's why I just go by my heart. If it makes me feel things, then it must be a good poem. I'm not sure that's exactly how it works.
Then again, conveying feelings is a pretty important part of the whole thing. Yeah, maybe. Honestly, I don't even know what kind of writing you like in the first place.
Yeah, me neither.
Ugh. Why don't you just at least try giving it some thought?
Aw, you want to write a poem for me, or something for me? That's so sweet.
Yeah, right. But you're always thinking about other people. You need to think about yourself once in a while. If you don't, you might end up hurting. You might end up hurting. You might end up getting hurt at some point.
Eh? Well, I don't really know what you mean, but I'll try to keep that in mind.
Well, whatever. Anyway, let's see.
I guess I like more happy poems. Wait, sometimes I like sad poems too. Sometimes a little bit of both. There's a word for that, right? What's the word I'm looking for? Bittersweet. Yeah. I like things that are happy and things that are sad.
Happy and sad? I can see you liking something sad, Sayori.
Well, I like happy the most. But sometimes when you have a little rain cloud on your head, the sad poems can give you a rain cloud a little hug. And make a nice happy rainbow.
Sayori, that was unexpectedly poetic.
Eh? It is? Maybe I'm getting better at expressing my feelings after all. Thanks, Hitler.
I do not know why I'm laughing at that name whenever they just say it.
I should go and write that down, then. You can read my poem now, okay?
Okay. God, I hate this. So much to read, but okay. Bottles. I pop off the scalp of the lid of the cookie jar. Oops. It's like a secret place where I keep all my dreams. Little balls of sunshine, all rubbing together like a little bundle of kittens. I reach inside with my thumb and forefinger and pluck one out. It's warm and tingly, but there's no time to waste. I put it in a bottle to keep it safe, and then I put the bottle in a shelf with all the other bottles. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts, in bottle, all in a row. My collection makes me lots of friends. Each bottle, starlight to make amends. Sometimes my friend feels certain ways. Down comes the bottle to save the day. Night after night, more dreams. A friend after friend, more bottles. Deeper and deeper, my fingers go. Like exploring dark cave, discovering the secrets hiding in the nooks and crannies. Digging and digging, scraping and scraping. I blow dust off my bottle caps. It doesn't feel like time elapsed. My empty shelf could use some more. My friends look through the locked front door. Finally, all done. I open up, and in come my friends. In they come, such a hurry. Do they want my bottles that much? I frantically pull one off the shelf, one after one, holding them out for each and every friend, each and every bottle, but every time I let one go, it shatters against the tile between my feet. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts in shards all over the floor. There is supposed to be for my friends who aren't smiling. They're all shouting, pleading something, but all I hear is echo, 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 echo inside my head. That was good, holy crap. That's what I'm saying. Sayori, did you really write this?
Of course I did. Didn't I tell you yesterday I was gonna write the best poem ever?
And you ended up keeping your word. Yeah, but I didn't expect something like this coming from you.
Monica taught me the whole thing. And I've been really in touch with my feelings recently.
I see that. That was actually really good. I like that. It's almost kind of creepy.
Creepy?
Well, not exactly. Maybe because I'm used to you being so cheerful. Well, never mind. I'm thinking too hard about it. The point is, it came out good, so you should be proud of it.
Aw, thanks. I feel like I was meant to express myself this way. It helps me understand my own feelings a little better. Writing is like magic.
You've gotten pretty passionate about this, huh? I hope you keep it up.
Yeah, writing is the best. I'm gonna keep writing until I die.
Good. Don't get ahead of yourself. Saria has always had a habit of being obsessed with something before dropping it more than a week later. I wonder if it's one of those times. But seeing the passion in her eyes makes it hard for me to be pessimistic. My next favorite character, Yuri. Let's see what you've written for today. Yuri stares at your poem, surprised expression on her face. Do you like it?
Hitler, how did you pick up on this so quickly? Just yesterday I was telling what kind of technique's worth practicing.
Maybe that's why. You did a good job explaining. I really wanted to try giving it more imagery. Yuri visibly swallows. Even her hands appear sweaty.
I'm not used to this.
Are you used to anything, Yuri?
Used to what? I don't know.
It's fine, take your time. Yuri breathes in and collects her thoughts. I know that Yuri likes to think before she speaks, so I offer that patience to her.
Yeah. Just being appreciated like this, I guess. It probably sounds really stupid, but seeing someone motivated by my writing, it just makes me really happy.
Are you saying you've never shared your writing before? Yuri nods. Really? I don't believe it.
I really only write poems for myself, and besides, people would just laugh at me.
Do you really think that? Yuri nods again. Huh. Even your close friends? What friends? Yuri doesn't respond to that. Oh. I wonder why. Anyways, do you want to share your poem you wrote for her today?
Yeah, I do. If it's with you.
Sorry for the cut. I just had to go get myself some coffee because I'm getting kind of tired. Perfect. The raccoon. It happened in the dead of night while I was slicing bread for my guilty snack. My attention was caught by the scuttering of a raccoon outside my window. That was, I believe, the first time I've noticed my strange tendencies as an unordinary human. I gave the raccoon a piece of bread. My subconsciousness was aware of the consequences. Well, aware that the raccoon that is fed will always come back for more. Holy crap, why are you spamming out like this? Will always come back for more. Where was I? Oh. The enticing beauty of my cutting knife was the symptom, the bread, my hungry curiosity, the raccoon, an urge. I cannot read cursive at all. I'm envy the people who can read and write cursive. I need to start learning it. The moon incidents its phase and reflects that much more light off of my cutting knife. It's very same light that glisten in my eyes. My raccoon friend, I slice the bread. Fresh and soft, the raccoon becomes excited. Or perhaps I'm merely projecting my emotions onto the newly satisfied animal. The raccoon has taken to follow me. You could say that we've gotten quite used to each other. The raccoon becomes hungry more and more frequently, so my bread is almost handy. Every time I brandish my cutting knife, the raccoon shows me its excitement. A rush of blood. Classic. I cannot read that. Conditioning. I slice the bread, and I feed myself again.
That was a little more daring than than yesterday.
I can see that. It's a lot more metaphorical. I don't know if it's my fault, but I can't begin to imagine what this poem is about.
That's right. It's a bit closer to my preferred writing style. Using the poem as a canvas to express vivid imagery and conveying emotions through them. Yeah, if it If I take it at face value, then I can't even figure out what it's supposed to mean. Well, I think it's something that different people can relate to in their own way. I want to express the way it feels for me to indulge in my more unusual hobbies. It's sort of those things I'm usually forced to keep to myself, so I sometimes enjoy writing about them. Give me 1 second, I need to start my timer. Because I sort of had to cut it out when I went to get some coffee and I accidentally deleted it. This is so professional. Quality professionalness. So sometimes I enjoy writing about them. Why do you keep them to yourself? Resume. But because they're embarrassing and people would make fun of me. Don't you have anything like that, Hitler?
Well, I have one testicle and a micropenis, that's something. Well, yeah, I guess so.
I feel like everyone's got a little something like that. The best thing we could do is respect each other and our individualities, even if it's difficult sometimes, and some things make us uncomfortable. After all, if I hadn't learned to embrace my own weirdness, I would probably hate myself. I might be ranting a bit now, but I'm glad that you're a good listener. I need some more coffee.
Okay, so next character, these two I don't really care about.
Hi again, Hitler. How's the writing going?
Alright, I guess.
I'll take that. As long as it's not going bad. I'm happy that you're applying yourself. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece.
I wouldn't count on that.
You never know. You want to share what I wrote for today?
Sure, here we go.
I give my poem to Monica. Alright. Good job, Hitler. I was going ooh in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you.
It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way, I always count on when I put in effort.
That's not very fair. I guess it worked anyway. And my timer isn't going. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Yay, I know this kind of writing. I know she loves this kind of writing. Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Unlike Sayuri, who likes using simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness. Yuri likes it when readers are left to desire their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write that effectively, both allowing people to get something out of it by just feel, or letting them deeply analyze all of the nonsense. Shush. It can take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. I never really asked though. I'm sure I'm nowhere on her level yet. Don't worry so much about that. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learn by trying new things. But anyway, you want to read my poem now? I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too. Alright, let's take a look. Save me. The colors, they won't stop. Bright, beautiful colors flashing, expanding, piercing, red, green, blue, an endless cacophony of meaningless noise. The noise, it won't stop. Violent grating waveforms, squeaking, screeching, piercing. Sine, cosine, tangent. Like playing a chalkboard on a turntable. Like playing a pencil on a pizza crust. An endless poem of meaningless. Load me, oh. It's even more abstract than the last one, huh? I guess it's just the way I write. I'm sorry if you don't like it.
No, I never said that.
It's just the kind of thing I've never really, seen before, I guess. That was me talking. I did not know why I have Monica's voice. I kind of like playing with the spaces on the paper. Choose where and how to space your words can totally change the mood of the poem. It's almost like magic. The way I wrote the lines are short makes it feel like they're trying to speak over the noise.
I see.
It's still hard for me to tell what it's about, though. Sometimes asking what the poem is about isn't the right question. A poem can be abstract as a physical expression or feeling. I need to lower my computer down. Or a conversation with the reader. To put it that way, it's not every poem is about something. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you find yourself in a difficult situation, when that happens, don't forget to save your game. Now I know what he meant when he said this game breaks the fourth wall. Is she even talking about poems and writing anymore? You never know when you might change your mind. Or when something unexpected may happen. Wait, is this tip about writing? What am I even talking about? That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening.
That's not even about writing. Natsuki.
I liked your last one better.
I know you did. Really?
Well, yeah. I can't tell if you're a little more daring with this one, but you're really not good enough for that yet. It fell flat.
That may be true, but I just wanted to try out something different.
I'm still figuring this all out. I mean, I always like poems that aren't trying too hard. I hate it when people try to sound fancy or add more meaning just by using annoying and complicated language. Just make it simple, cute, and to the point.
Also, you admit that it's cute.
Yuri's head over heels for all this scripted nonsense, but I see right through that bullshit. Ha, I meant. Making your reader look so hard for all this deep meaning is just an excuse of having no meaning at all.
I guess that's one way to look at it.
Well, everyone has their own opinion, but my opinion is the best opinion, because I am Natsuki, the bitch of the group. Plus I'm first class, I believe, because of my short size. I'm sure you figured all that out already. Anyway, here's my poem. Maybe you'll learn something.
Amy likes spiders. You know what I heard about Amy? Amy likes spiders. Icky, wriggly, hairy, ugly spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a cute singing voice. I've heard her singing my favorite love song. Every time she sang the chorus, my heart would pound to the rhythm of the words, but she likes spiders. That's not why I'm not friends with her. One time, I hurt my leg really bad. Amy helped me and took me to the nurse. I tried not to let her touch me. She likes spiders, so her hands are probably gross. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has lots of friends. I always see her talking to people. She probably talks about spiders. What if her friends start liking spiders too? That's why I'm not friends with her. It doesn't matter if she has other hobbies. It doesn't matter if she keeps it private. It doesn't matter if it doesn't hurt anyone. It's gross. She's gross. The world is better off without spider lovers. I'm going to kill her, and I'm gonna tell everyone that she likes spiders, because apparently I'm a little biased bitch, so let's keep playing. Not bad, right? It was horrible. It's quite a bit longer than yesterday's.
Yesterday's was too short. I was just warming up. I hope you didn't think that was the best I could do.
No, of course not.
Anyway, the message is pretty straightforward in the poem. I doubt I have to explain it. Sometimes you can explain complicated issues with much simpler analogies, and it helps people realize how stupid they're being. Like, anyone would agree that the subject of this poem is an ignorant jerk. Do you know people like that? Of course! It's about how everyone thinks my... That doesn't matter. It can be about anything. I wrote it to be easy and relate to. Everyone has some kind of weird hobby or a guilty pleasure. Guilty pleasure. Something that you're afraid if people find out, they'd make fun of you or think less of you. But that just makes people stupid. Who cares what someone likes as long as they're not hurting anyone and it makes them happy? Oh wait, if you put it that way, her poem's actually okay. I think people really need to learn to respect others for liking weird things. Huh, that's funny. Yuri wrote something about like that similar today. Huh? Did you say Yuri? Yeah. She said her poem was about an unusual hobby of hers. I didn't get it, but she said something similar to you. That people shouldn't make each other feel insecure about those things. Really? Well, I'm sure Yuri's pretty weird, so I wouldn't doubt if she has some weird hobbies. Not like there's anything wrong with that. It's not like I would judge her or anything. Natsuki has trouble finding words. I guess I should try not to be mean to her. If she feels insecure about her weird behavior and stuff, I mean, I always hate people who make me feel insecure. And Yuri made me feel insecure yesterday. But the way you put it, it sounds like she has learned her lesson. Well, I would say so. Even if her writing style is different, I'm sure she'll appreciate the message in your poem. It's what I do best, after all. I don't know why I made her sound like a gay flamboy. I don't like writing unless there's a good message to take away from it. Like, conveying emotions is important, but I want to make people think, not just feel. Remember that. I'm gonna write a good one for tomorrow, so look forward to it. Good for you. Okay, everyone. We're all done reading each other's poems, right? I have something extra planned for today, so if everyone could come step to the front room. Is this about the festival? Well, sort of. Do we have to do something for the festival? It's not like we could put together anything good in just a few days. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members. That's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well with last-minute preparations. Don't worry so much. We're going to keep it simple, okay? We won't need much for more than a few decorations. Sayuri has been working on posters, and I've designed some pamphlets. We just give them out during the event. Okay, that's great and all, but that doesn't tell us what we're actually gonna do for the event. Sorry. I thought you heard about it already. We're going to be performing. Performing? And I'm sorry for the crappy dialogue and whatever. Like I said, I can't really read that well. Especially today. Monica? And I'm sorry if the voices get annoying. Yeah, we're going to be having a poetry performance. Each of us are going to choose one poem to recite during the event. But the cool part is, we're already going to let everyone else come up and recite poems too. Sayuri put the posters in case anyone wants to be prepared ahead of time. Sayuri, who has been coloring a poster, holds it up for us to see. Are you kidding me, Monica? You didn't already start putting those posters up, did you? Well, I did. Do you think it's bad of an idea? Well, no. It's not a bad idea. I didn't sign up for this, you know. There is no way I'm going to be performing in front of a group of people that I don't know, or something like that, because I kind of skipped that. I agree with Natsuki. I could have never in my life do something like that. Imagining it, Yuri shakes her head in fear. Guys? No, Sayori. I understand where they're coming from. Remember that Natsuki and Yuri have never shared their poems with anyone until just a couple of days ago. It's a lot to ask for them to recite poems out loud in front of a whole room full of people. I guess I kind of overlooked that. So, I'm sorry. But, I still think we should give it our best. We're the only ones responsible for the fate of this club. If we start the event and put each on a good performance, then it will inspire others to do the same. And the more people who perform, the better we'll be able to show everyone what literature is all about. Yeah! It's about expressing our feelings, being intimate with yourself, finding new horizons, and having fun. That's right. And it's those reasons that we're all in this club today. Don't you want to share that with others? To inspire them to find the same feeling that brought you here in the first place? I know you do. I know we all do. And if all it takes is standing in front of a room for 2 minutes and reciting a poem, then I know you can do it. Natsuki and Yuri remain silent. Sayuri looks worried. Oh. I guess that leaves me no choice. I agree. I don't think it's too much to ask. I think that Sayuri and Monica have been trying really hard to get new members. The least we can do is help them out a little bit. Well, maybe, but... It looks like Natsuki doesn't have any arguments left. Okay, fine. I guess I'll just have to get it over with. Alright! Phew. Thanks, Natsuki. What about you, Yuri? Yuri dejectedly glances around at everyone's expressive faces. I guess I don't really have a choice. That's everyone. You better do your best, Yuri. This club is seriously going to be the death of me. Oh gosh. You'll be fine, Yuri. But anyway, let's move on to the main event. I wanted to see if you would choose what poems of yours. We're going to practice reciting them in front of each other. No way. Monica? It's too sudden. Well, if you can recite poems in front of a club, how could you recite it in front of strangers? Oh no. Don't worry. I'll start off to help everyone feel a little bit more comfortable. Can I go next? Of course. Now let's see. Monica flips around her notebook and finds a specific poem in her mind. She stands up behind the podium. The title of the poem is The Way They Fly. Monica begins reciting her poem. Her clear and confident voice fills the room. I do not know how to sound confident, so I cannot give her a confident voice. More than that, her inflection is pristine. She knows exactly how to apply emotion behind each line she recites, bringing her words to life. Is it something she's done before, or is she simply a natural? I glance around me. Everyone has their eyes on Monica. Sayuri looks amazed. Yuri has an intense expression on her face that I don't understand. Finally, Monica finished the recitation. The four of us applaud. Monica takes a breath and smiles. That was so good, Monica! Thank you very much. I was hoping to set a good example. Are you ready to go next, Sayuri? I'll go next. What? Yuri fired up all of a sudden. Yuri clutches her sheet of paper between her hands and stands up. Keeping her head low, she walks over to the podium. The poem is called
Yuri anxiously glances at each of us.
You can do it, Yuri.
It's called After Image of a Crimson Eye. Yuri's voice shakes as she starts reading the poem. Just a moment ago, she practically refused to do this. Why is she suddenly putting so much effort? As Yuri gets past the first couple lines, her voice changes. It's almost like what happened when Yuri get absorbed into her books. Her quivering words transform to sharp syllables of fierce and confident woman. The poem is filled with twists and turns in its structure that she annulates with perfect timing. This must be a rare glimpse into the whirling fire Yuri keeps concealed inside her head. Suddenly, she finishes. Everyone is stunned. Yuri snaps back to reality and glances around her, as if she's bewildered by even herself. It's time for me to save this situation. I'm the first one to start applauding. Everyone joins me afterwards, and we gave Yuri the recognition she deserves. It's not that we didn't want to applaud her, but we were caught so off guard that we must have forgotten. As we applaud Yuri, Yuri holds her poem to her chest and rushes back into her seat.
Yuri, that was really good. Thank you for sharing.
Looks like Yuri is down for the count.
Okay, I guess I'm going next then.
Sayuri hops out of her chair and cheerfully walks to the podium.
This one is called My Meadow. Sorry, I giggled.
Sayuri.
It's a lot harder than I thought. How did you guys do it so easily?
Try not to think about it like you're reciting it to other people. Imagine you're reciting it to yourself in front of a mirror, or just in your own head. It's your poem, so it'll come out fun. Just do your best.
I see. Okay then.
Sayuri begins her poem. Somehow, she feels like her soft voice has made a perfect match. The poem is aimlessly cheery, just like Sayuri is. It's serene and bittersweet. If I were to read this on paper, I probably wouldn't think much of it, but hearing it come from Sayuri's voice almost gives it a whole new meaning. But this is what Sayuri meant when she said she likes my poems. It's just like I get to reach more deeply into someone I thought I knew through and through. Sayuri finishes and we applaud.
I did it!
Good job, Sayuri.
Even Hitler liked it. I guess that's a good sign.
What is that supposed to mean?
It came out nicely, Sayuri. The atmosphere of the poem fits you really nicely.
I'm sure you're not sharp S's that I put out, but I'd imagine that the other poems wouldn't work quite as well with that kind of delivery.
I don't really understand.
In other words, I've seen poems of yours that are sort of gentle and deliberately won't work as well.
They might need a little more force behind them depending on what you're reading. Oh, I know what you mean.
I believe if I kept practicing that kind of thing,
it's just embarrassing to do it in front of everyone.
Then next time I'm going to pick a poem that challenges you more a little bit. We don't have much time before the festival, you know.
Okay.
Now who's next? Natsuki?
Don't make me go before Hitler.
It's not like I can compare you guys anyway. Might as well let Hitler lower everyone's standards. Before I have to do it.
Natsuki.
It's fine. Might as well get it over with. But it's not like I have much selection on what to read. I'll just have to go with what I wrote for today. I stand up in front of the podium. Everyone has their eyes on me, making me feel terribly awkward. I recite my poem. Since I'm not exactly confident in my own writing, it's hard to put energy into it. Despite that, once I finished, I received an applause anyways. Sorry, I'm not really as good as everyone else.
Don't worry about it too much. I think it's less of your abilities and more of your lack of confidence in your writing.
That's something you'll improve on over time, though. Yeah, maybe.
Alright then.
That just leaves you, Natsuki.
Yeah. I'm going.
Natsuki begrudgingly gets out of her seat and makes her way to the podium.
The poem is called. It's called. Why are all you looking at me?
Because you're the one who's writing or talking? Because you're presenting. That's what I meant.
Anyway, the poem is called Jump.
Natsuki takes a breath. Once she starts reciting her poem, her sour attitude disappears a little. While she's a little enthused, her poem in rhythm and rhyme to it. It's Natsuki's trademark style, and it's known to do surprisingly well when spoken out loud. The words feel like they bounce up and down, as if giving life to the poem. Natsuki finishes and everyone applauds. She huffs back to her seat.
That wasn't so bad, was it? Easy for you to say. You better not make me do that again. Well, do you at least feel prepared to recite the poem in front of other people? I mean, do it in front of other people will be way easier. I can put whatever face I want for other people, but when it's just my friends, it's just embarrassing. That's a surprise, Natsuki. I think it would be the other way around for me. Well, that's just how it is, so... Well, I guess in that case, we won't have much to worry about for the festival. That being said, I want to thank everyone for coming here. It might be hard, but I hope that you all have a good idea on what's it like now. Make sure to pick a poem and get enough practice before the festival, okay? I'll just be making pamphlets, so let me just go ahead of time, and you'll be reciting.
Jeez. I should probably find some other poem to recite instead.
That's fine too. It doesn't have to be your own. I'm already pleasantly surprised that you're putting all this much effort into the club. That makes me really happy.
Ah, yes. No problem.
Okay, everyone. I think that's about it for today. I know the festival is coming up, but try to write some poems for tomorrow as well. I've been working on really nicely so far, so I'd rather continue with that. As for the festival, we'll be planning for tomorrow, and we'll have weekend plans or something like that, I don't know. Monday is the big day. I can't wait! I can do this.
Alright. I stand up. There's no way I will be able to find the same enthusiasm as Sayori and Monica, but I'll put my best to get through it. If it's for the sake of the club, and impress Monica, then I'll have to do my best.
Ready to go, Sayori? Yep. Look at you two, always going home together. I like that. It's kind of adorable, isn't it?
Jeez, guys. Don't make such a big deal out of it.
It must be a little nice, though. Well,
how am I supposed to respond to that?
It's okay, Hitler. You don't have to say it.
Whatever. Let's go already. I walk home with Sayuri once more. Even though it's only been a few days, a lot of things have already changed. But today, Sayuri was a little quieter than usual on the way home. Hey, Sayuri.
Sorry, I was spacing out.
Ah, no wonder.
I was thinking about something from earlier. I like how we get to,
Sayuri fumbles with her words.
So, let's just say that one day, Yuri asks to walk home with you?
Huh?
What would you do?
What kind of question is that? You're kind of putting me on the spot here. I would walk home with Yuri, I would still walk home with Sayori. Well, to be honest, Yuri is my second favorite character, but my favorite character is Sayori, so I'm gonna have to go with Sayori. Sayori, you really think I would ditch you for Yuri?
But she's so beautiful and smart.
Jeez. What time is it? Okay. I already see her in the club every day. Besides, you always seem to be really, going home together. I wouldn't ruin that for you.
You're so silly, Hitler. You think about me too much sometimes. Yuri would deserve it if you walked home with it, so...
Sayori, I've already made up my mind. I really can't figure you out sometimes.
Sorry.
Besides, what's the point of speculating someone that's never going to happen?
Hmm.
The conversation trails off. It's kind of weird things for Sayori to care so much about. But I want to respect her and keep her happy too. Then again, the festival is only a few days away. Who knows what will happen in that time? And back to the poem. Alright, so quickly save the game here. And I'm gonna leave this episode here. Now, I'm really sorry since I've been like staring the whole time. I had to read a bunch of things. I cannot really read out loud that well in real life anyways. So, again, I'm really sorry about this whole thing. I still hope that you enjoyed the video. I still hope that it's somewhat interesting to you. I'm sorry if the voices are repeating. It could be getting annoying over time. But, again, I do hope that you guys still enjoy it. There's going to be a few more episodes coming up of this. I'm just going to finish the game, probably today or tomorrow. But yeah. Anyways, I really do hope that you guys enjoyed this video anyways. So if you liked it, go ahead like the video, and I hope to see you in another video. Peace.